Thank you so much for joining us. What is the state of our state's financial health, and how has the onset of sports betting affected the state lottery? Just a couple of the questions we have this morning. For the state treasurer of Massachusetts, Deborah Goldberg, now in her third term in that office. Madam Treasurer, welcome.
Well, nice to see you, John.
Good to have you here. So we're flush with cash. The rainy day fund is stuffed with more than $7 billion.
I don't use those terms, but it's an interesting one.
We recently got a credit rating upgrade from Standard & Poor's, right?
My team and I worked on along with the legislature.
So congratulations. So is there anything about our finances that keeps you up at night?
Well, I was up for a lot of nights while the debt ceiling was being discussed in Washington, D.C. And in fact, I would talk to friends and I'd say, you know, this is really serious. And they'd look at me like, what are you talking about? Okay. And I said, did you realize what it would mean if we did not raise the debt ceiling? And it was a very, very serious situation from my perspective. The whole world would have been turned topsy-turvy.
Well, when you look at an ever-increasing record-high state budget, which is now in the final stages for the new fiscal year, what goes through your mind? You've been a voice of caution in the past. Are you still?
I have. I am always a voice of caution. That is my job. And as I look at our finances going forward, and also as the rating agencies look at our finances going forward, there is a high level of confidence in the fiscal policies that we have in place and the collaboration both with the governor's office and her folks, the legislature and our office. And I think that is why we got I know that's why we got the upgrade. And in fact, almost got it in December. However, they wanted to see how the Healy administration engaged after they took over, and they stayed the road on making sure that our finances are well managed.
Well, we're coming to a moment of truth with that relationship with regard to specifically the tax cut package that the governor's been pushing. You were here last year during the summer as the legislature was debating many of these same tax cuts, and here we are again. It seems likely to pass, but the package might not include the capital gains tax cut that the House supports and the business community supports. Does that concern you that we might not do that?
Well, I know that there's a lot of tension around that particular item on the tax cuts. As someone who focuses on ensuring that we maintain business growth in Massachusetts and that we offset a bit of the tensions that I've gotten feedback on with respect to other taxes that have been added on, I think it's something that the legislature should strongly consider, because we need to show folks that we understand that we are in inflationary times, that costs have gone up, and that we can manage, which we are doing, and include a tax relief package that is reasonable.
Well, this is the same rhetoric we hear from the governor. Does she really mean it, or is she saying it and assuming that the legislature will kill?
No, I believe Maura Healey really means it. It's something she's been talking about for a long time. It's something we talked about before her being elected. So yes, I believe the governor
strongly enough to get in a fight with the legislature?
Well, it remains to be seen, doesn't it? I can't read her mind or her people's mind.
All right, on that note, let's take a break, and we'll continue our conversation with State Treasurer Deborah Goldberg here on WBZ. Stay with us.